Okay, that's a very good question. How would we explain that Old Testament saints were saved by Christ? Well, first of all, no one sins in any dispensation, if we want to use that type of terminology, in any age, no one's sins have ever been forgiven apart from the atoning work of Christ. So, as we understand from Romans chapter 3, you know, that passage that we always go to, let's just go to there for a moment. Romans 3:25, whom God displayed publicly as a propitiation in His blood through faith. This was to demonstrate His righteousness, because in the forbearance of God He passed over sins previously committed. For the demonstration, I say, of His righteousness at the present time, so that He would be just and the justifier of the one who has faith in Jesus. We see Old Testament saints with believing faith, and they were justified by that faith. But how can God justify them by their faith without an atonement? Without a propitiation? Well, that propitiation came in the person of Christ. So Abraham, every Old Testament saint that ever was reconciled with God, justified, and brought into the presence of God, brought into glory after death, every one of them, it was by virtue of the death of Christ. So all the Old Testament saints are in heaven only because of Christ. That everyone is in agreement on.